welcome to Action Hero News. I'm Chuck Norris.
And I'm CTU Special Agent Jack Bauer. Here are tonight's top stories. In local news, an evil genius has poisoned the city's water supply. We now go to Steven Seagal for the whole story. Steven?
Thanks, Jack. I'm here outside the water treatment plant, where it's a grim sight. Hundreds are dead, with no end in sight. I'm out here talking to the local residents about what they think about the water being poisoned. What do you think about the water being poisoned?
I only drink bottled water, so I don't really care because it doesn't affect me.
Poisoning the reservoir? No. I think whoever did this must have been an extremely clever individual. Of course, I don't want to, poison your mind with any watered-down ideas. Thank you.
So, what do you think of the water supply being poisoned? Shocking developments here. Seems like it might be a pattern, but only time will tell. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Steve. Glad we saw that report before it was too late.
In other news, a cougar attacked a group of small children yesterday. Luckily for the children, Dolph Lundgren of Rocky fame had nothing better to do but save them. The cougar was 4.
Well, that's just great, Jack. You know, it's nice to see that Dolph is still at the top of his game. Can we see a recent picture of him? Wow, nice to know I've aged better than that guy. A local boy has been arrested for attempting to rob a local convenience store. He tried to get away with 12 packs of Juicy Fruit, a bag of Funyuns, and a 12-pack of RC Cola. His efforts were thwarted by the brave heroics of this poster. Poor kid didn't even have a chance.
Sure didn't. A recent survey has revealed the lack of knowledge amongst the populace about action heroes in general. So we here at Action Hero News decided to send out our very own Sean Lafferty, a CTU trainee and self-proclaimed hero, to conduct our own survey, Action Fact Quiz.
Hi, I'm Sean Lafferty, CTU agent in training, and I'm here to test the average person's knowledge in us action heroes. Alright, how many Oscars has Steven Seagal won?
0. I'm thinking at least 8.
4.
Absolutely none.
1,000,000.
0.
I'm sorry, the correct answer is not enough. What is the famous Harrison Ford line from the movie Air Force One?
Not without my son.
Get off my plane.
I don't know.
Get off my plane? Get off my plane.
Correct. How many times has Will Smith saved the world from alien invasion?
3.
I'm thinking at least 3 or 4.
1.
Once.
3 or 4 times.
Correct answer is 3. What kind of gun did Clint Eastwood use as Dirty Harry Callahan?
Magnum.
45 long-nosed revolver.
I'm not there.
I'm going to have to say a Ruger.
24 caliber.
Oh, this sucks, man. It's the most powerful handgun known to man.
Yeah, I got the movie. Oh, dude, I don't want to say the wrong gun because I don't want to piss him off. So I'm just gonna say I don't know it.
I think it was a 357 Magnum.
How many episodes are in a season of 24?
12.
I'm thinking at least 8.
24.
24.
Very good. How fast did the bus and Speed have to go to keep from exploding?
55 miles per hour.
Above like 55, right?
Wasn't it 50 miles an hour?
I know that one.
Was it 62 or something like that?
You want to try? Hazard a guess?
Let's just try like 50.
55. 55. That's right. Name all 4 members of the A-Team.
Hannibal.
B.A. Baracus.
Murdoch.
Face.
Finish the phrase. Yippee-ki-yay.
Motherfucker.
Well, that's it for me, guys. I'm Sean Lafferty. Back to you.
Thanks, Sean. You make me proud. We now go to John McClain for the weather.
Yippee-ki-yay, mother. Here's your weather. Monday to Thursday. Skies, no rain. Take your family and pack a lunch. Sunshine.
Thanks, John. Sounds like a bad weekend for any kind of outdoor activity.
When we come back, we'll have late-breaking national news that could affect you.
Also, our do-it-yourself segment with MacGyver. And later, we'll have a debate with Hank Dupree, a former henchman and the employer who mistreated him.
And finally, when we come back, a children's game that could be killing your kids as we speak. Find out which one when we come back.
Welcome back. Children's safety is one thing we take very seriously here at Action Hero News. Then again, we do take everything seriously. A Milton Bradley board game dubbed Kablooey is an interactive disable-your-own bomb kit model for ages 10 and up. Unfortunately, Milton Bradley forgot to take out the explosive elements of the bomb. Over 32 children have been scarred or mortally wounded.
Shame. In national news, Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger has been trying to get a bill passed that will allow people born in a foreign nation to be able to run for president. Now, we actually have the governor on for a phone interview. Governor, could you explain your bill in a little bit more detail? This will absolutely, I see, but aren't you worried that you may be making enemies in both the Democratic and Republican parties? Well, that goes without saying, but aren't you worried about the inevitable backlash of politicians that are already in office?
Listen, Governor, we understand that, but the problem lies in the screening process. If anyone is allowed to run, couldn't possible ill conspirators slip under the radar? You know, when you put it that way, it's hard to argue against. I wish you the best of luck, Governor. Hopefully your opposition won't filibuster, as you previously stated.
Great guy. In related news, a controversial new bill has been passed allowing police officers to legally avenge their partner's death. The bill, proposed by Senators Murtaugh and Riggs, is receiving a very warm reception from buddy cops everywhere.
You know, I've never really been much of a fan of partners. They just seem to get in the way.
I completely agree. Asian sensation Jackie Chan will be receiving a Lifetime Achievement Award from the Action Hero Veterans Society. Jackie Chan, as we all know and love, has been doing his own stunts and warming our hearts for years. Unfortunately, he was too busy fighting crime in Paris with his eccentric partner Chris Tucker to attend. He'll be joining the ranks of such greats as John Wayne, Steve McQueen, and Janet Reno.
Well, wait, Janet Reno?
Well, she kicked Elian Gonzalez's ass, plus she kind of bullied him into it.
Well, I guess she sure does scare me, Chuck.
Absolutely. Oh my, we seem to be getting a bit of late-breaking news. The president's daughter has been kidnapped. It's a very dire situation, and things are looking very grim. She's in a serious amount of danger. The terrorists are actually demanding the immediate surrender of the United States of America. And wait, hold on. Hold on, I'm getting some new information. New bulletin coming in now. The crisis has been completely averted. All involved have been brought to justice, and the president has been reunited with his daughter. Well, that was quick.
High gas prices getting you down? Up next, our how-to segment with MacGyver.
Welcome to How To with MacGyver. I'm MacGyver. Today I'm going to teach you how to build a cold fusion generator with things you might have laying around the house. But before we get started, I want to remind everyone to be safe. Always wear your safety glasses. Now, first step in creating our cold fusion generator is gathering our materials. First of all, you'll need a small box. The box is used to put all our pieces into. They need to fit nice and tight, because when it's tight, it's right. Next, you'll need a roll of electrical tape, a chunk of metal, 2 glue sticks, a wad of plastic shavings, a used shop towel, a bowling ball, and some engine starting fluid. Now, this is very simple to assemble. All you do is you mix the pieces together. The only tricky part to remember is the salt must be added last. Now, for the salt, you don't add the whole container, you only add a dash. Now, to start our cold fusion generator, all we have to Our cold fusion generator is now complete. You're ready to fuel any task, large or small.
Wow, who would have thought that one simple step would make all the difference?
Amazing. In consumer news, RoboCop is receiving an upgrade this week. The popular cyborg policeman had begun to rust until Apple Incorporated bought the rights to his model. In this photo, you can see what the Mac people have in mind for him.
RoboCop can now hold 10,000 songs while kicking ass. The new improved cyborg will be released next month.
Also, Apple Incorporated has already announced the next upgrade in the RoboCop line. Both models will be released 1 month apart.
On a more somber note, ex-heavyweight boxing champ Rocky Balboa is fighting again. This time, he's fighting Alzheimer's. The Italian stallion has been admitted to a local home for the elderly. His doctors are hopeful.
We here at Action Hero News would just like to say that we're pulling for you, champ. Get strong now.
We'll be right back after these messages.
Welcome back. We have a special interest piece on famous trainer to the four-legged stars, Deuce Fletcher. Fletcher has handled the training of famous action canines such as Rin Tin Tin, Hooch, Cujo, and Benji. Fletcher is currently training a new action dog, Sadie.
Hello everybody, my name's Deuce Fletcher. I train action dogs. It all started back in the year of, I'd say it was the year of our Lord 1978. It was an unseasonably cold July and I was out of school, you see. Now, during the school year, I was not allowed to watch television, as it were. You gotta do homework before you watch TV, and then, you know, never did my homework, never watched TV. Anyways, I'm watching TV. You know what I read, watch, whatever. Watch Lassie. Lassie was a good dog, saved some people, did some good stuff. Now, I wondered why my old dog Chief at the time could not do the same thing. So, I went out back with Chief, jumped down a well, waited for Chief to, you know, go get the cavalry, go get everyone to save me. Well, about 4 hours and a broken femur later, my daddy pulled me up, no thanks to Chief. Chief had been licking himself and eating some grass, you understand. Get your ass back here! Get up here! Sorry, my new one's a bit off the wall. Now, my daddy told me after he'd raised me from the well, he said to me, "Son, why the hell would you do something that stupid?" I told him, well, I was trying to make Chief be like Lassie. Well, after a whipping, Daddy told me that dogs like that undergo a serious amount of training. So ever since then, I've been trying to train every dog I can to uphold that grand title, man's best friend. Well, I worked with some of the greats along the way. You may remember Hooch. You may remember Cujo. But none of them even rival my latest creation. This here is Sadie. Sadie, come here. Come on. Come on, Sadie. This here is Sadie. She may look a little rough around the edges, but she's a fierce, law-abiding machine. Now, every one of these dogs has to undergo a serious amount of training. I'm not going to rub your tummy. Get up! This is not your mama's house. Get up! I've lost one and both testicles. But it's worth it. Isn't it worth it? For good dogs that'll uphold the law.
That sure was a doggone interesting segment.
Right you are, Jack. In other news, there was a drug bust at the old abandoned warehouse yesterday. It seems we have some amateur video from the bust of the criminals themselves doing stupid things.
Hey, dude, you got it going? Is it recording? Tim, come here. Tim. Hey, look. This is me and Tim's first big deal.
Dude, come on, turn that off.
No, come on. It's for posterity. It's for posterity.
Whatever.
Don't be a pussy. Come on. Listen, we're moving 100 keys of this stuff right here. A little bit of the blow. First big. Come on. What are you freaking out about?
What?
Will this calm you?
It's bad luck, man. Come on, what are you doing? God.
Sorry. Come on.
Dude, this is terrible.
Come on.
All right, fine.
Yeah, all right. What are you doing? Come on, man.
EA! Nobody move! Shit!
I love justice.
You know, I just don't get kids these days. They do so many dumb things, but one of the dumbest things that they can do is videotaping themselves doing something illegal. Just don't get it.
I completely agree, Chuck. And now it's time for our final segment, the debate on the mistreatment of henchmen. Tonight we have Hank Dupree, a former henchman, and his former boss, Dr. Deathtooth. Gentlemen, I'd like to thank you for taking time out of your busy schedules to be with us tonight.
Good to be here.
Yeah, it's good to be here. I'm very
All right,
busy,
well, I'll just get right into it. Mr. Dupree, what does it take to be a henchman?
It takes everything. Takes everything out of you. You may have to do everything from, hijacking a train, or doing something as basic as crushing kittens. One of the most dangerous things, though, is arming a bomb.
And if everything goes correctly, well then kablooey goes up like a children's board game.
Mr. Dupree, excuse me, would you say that you have a high-risk job?
Oh, very, very. A henchman's life expectancy is very short. I wouldn't be surprised if it's anything from 30 seconds to just, maybe as big as a minute. Like I said, you could be doing anything. You say your boss says, hey, we're going to go ambush a armored car and we're going to take the contents that's inside of it out. Well, you may end up being there to be guarding him, or you may do all the dirty work. And like I said, there's nothing more scary than having to go through all that and thinking that one of you guys will show up and snap a neck, or just from a building up high somewhere snipe us.
I could imagine that would be pretty scary. Dr. Deathtooth, do you provide any kind of health care or insurance to your henchmen for such a high-risk position?
They get no health care or any benefits at all. I take out life insurance policies on all my employees, just in the rare event that something goes terribly wrong.
Of course he does. He wants to gain from what he loses in some degree, and it doesn't matter about the human life.
No, not at all. Because this week alone, I lost almost 3 new henchmen, and I made a profit this week. I'm very happy.
That's not surprising.
Well, speaking of profits, Mr. Dupree, would you say that you are adequately compensated for your work as a henchman? Is your salary decent at all?
No. Working for Mr. Deathtooth in the past, he would do anything from, you have an extra C4 left over, take that home with you, the kids will enjoy it. Or, hey, take that M4 carbine that you used in that one gunfight, against the, Jet Li last week. He would just say, take that. And, I didn't see a dime out of what we stole from, the Eiffel Tower. Yes, there's a vault in the Eiffel Tower, I've seen it.
They make 5%. That's the agreed upon price. That's in the contracts when we write one, and it's what they agreed on. And I get the rest. Yeah. That's just the way it is. It's just the way the business works.
Things need to change, Things
Dr.
do need to change.
Deathtooth, do you offer any sort of training to maybe help expand the life period of your henchmen?
Their life period is so short that training would be completely useless.
Liar! You're a liar. You say these things. It'd be so much better if we had some training. I don't like the idea of having Jack or Chuck come out of nowhere and shoot me just because I didn't know I handled the situation.
I don't think anyone likes that idea.
Yeah, no one does. I would like to have I have a wife and kids. I got to look out for them. What are they going to do when Daddy doesn't come home one night because turns out Riggs and Murtaugh showed up?
Well, since you mentioned your wife and kids, let's get a little personal here. Dr. Deathtooth, how well do you get to know your henchmen?
This guy taught nothing but his family, his kids. kids, his wife, blah, 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 all the time. I had to threaten their lives in order to get him to cooperate on many occasions.
Yeah, that's how he does things there, you know. He says, do this, or I'll call your wife and say, hey, how you doing? Or you say, do you love your family, or whatever.
So he uses threats to keep you in line.
Basically, yes. But I don't understand it either, because this guy is so out there compared to everybody else. He on more than one occasion, he touched me.
No.
He touched me. No.
No.
That's an absolute lie.
No, that is.
Sir, there's
you're
evil.
the liar.
Sir, there is evil, and there is another side of evil.
Let's play a little
and I'm pretty
special
sure
game.
you crossed to that other side.
Yeah, he said, let's play a little special game, and if I get to touch in your special place, you become a hench man.
No,
yeah, you did that.
That never happened.
Gentlemen, before this gets a little too inappropriate, I'd just like to pose a question to Dr. Deathtooth.
Yes.
How dispensable are these henchmen? Is it easy to replace them? Is there like a auditioning period or something like that?
In fact, to add on to that question, do you even know his real name?
Yeah, my name really isn't Hank. You just replaced the guy Hank last time.
Whose name?
Me right here.
Oh,
gentlemen,
the guy you touched last week.
Gentlemen, I just have, before this thing gets out of hand, I just have one final question for Dr. Deathtooth. Could you give us a specific example of the importance of henchmen for a specific job?
Absolutely. Let's say I wanted to, poison the water supply of the city. Then I would have them go out with the poison because it'd be very dangerous for me to get caught.
Did he say water supply?
Yes.
Didn't we have a story earlier today about what? Dr. Deathtooth, where are you?
I'm in my secret hidden lair of kryptonite.
Wait a second. You're in this studio, aren't you?
Go get him. Hurry, touch him. Make him into a hench man. Hench man. Touch him.
Well, that's all we have for you guys here today at Action Hero News. I'm Chuck Norris, signing off for Jack Bauer. God bless America. Good night.